I'll be honest at the bat, okay? Today, 5 clubs which will start your new save. It will inspire you to do a save now with the updated database or in Football Manager 2023. I'm going to call them rebuilds. Now, I think it's a new concept in Football Manager. It's not been done before. I should really check before we get into this video, though. Well, I never. They are everywhere, clearly. But isn't that just a good sign that rebuilds are a lot of fun? So how about I give you 5 of the best rebuilds that you can do right now? Let's go. Coming in at number 5 is the only English club we've got on the list, and this is Oldham Athletic. Now, poor Oldham, they were one of the original members of the Premier League back in the early 1990s, and they have done the opposite of non-league to legend. They've gone from legendary status to the non-league, so you need to turn that around. They've had a rough time of it. In 2003 they went into administration, and with the likes of Harry Kewell and Paul Scholes being their ex-managers, they've recently had a new owner take over, and he hates Manchester United. Do you know what's happened to United? With a passion which suits the rivalry of the club. And looking at the rivals, you've got a narrative there. If you can become one of the better teams in the Manchester region, it's going to go good for you. This will certainly be a challenge for you. The squad is minimal. The wages are relatively high for the league they're in. And looking at the age of the team, there's quite a few players there coming into their glory days and need to move on. The youth needs to come through, and this club needs to go back to the glory days in the Premier League. And club number 4, we're going to sunny Spain. Pack your sun cream, your towel, and your bit of paper to write your tactics down, because when you're on that beach, Hercules de Alicante need your help. This is their 100-year anniversary, 2022. We only need to go back to the season of 2009-2010 to find Hercules Alicante in the first division of Spain, beating Barcelona. Since then, they've fallen 3 divisions and find themselves in the lonely Spanish Federation's second Group 3 that rolls off the tongue. Off the pitch, this club is in utter dismay. The owner, the fans, they hate each other. There is corruption, there is fan disputes. People are not happy. They need a person to step onto that pitch, steady the ship, and take Hercules Alicante back where they belong. This is certainly a challenge because the division you're in and the finances attached to the club are not good at all. But looking at the squad, it's quite healthy. There's a lot of players here, there's some of value, and there's one name that jumped out at me, Jack Harper. Now, he was a bit of a football managing legend. He was a Scottish guy who went off to Real Madrid, and since then, his career's kind of just plateaued. But he's found himself in Hercules Alicante this season, and you know what? He could boss it at this level. So if you fancy a fun save down in the lower leagues of Spain, Hercules de Alicante, jump on board. Now, before I show you number 3, which is probably the most obvious of the lot, number 1, all my days, this is going to be my first save in Football Manager because I've fallen in love with the idea. So hang around for that one, but now, let's go off to France. So I know this one is a little bit obvious. We're off to Bordeaux, but the story behind this club just breaks my heart. In 2009, they were French champions, and since then, COVID and money has destroyed them. You will have a challenge on your hands with this club. Thankfully, they're only in League 2, which may sound mad, but because of the finance issues, they could have dropped down another 2 divisions. So we are in League 2 with FC Girondins de Bordeaux. Now, the challenge with this save doesn't necessarily sit on the pitch. I think the squad that Bordeaux have are very strong. You look at the likes of Mbai Niang up top, incredible. For a League 2 player, he's in a bag who goes, along with Huang Uizhou, sorry if I ruined that one. A really, really good pressing forward. But look, these players are wanted by everybody. So really, you're going to come in here and literally rebuild this club. The debt is spiraling. That's only going to get worse. The stadium is huge, it's fantastic, and the fans are loyal. Can you be the man to get rid of some of these big earners, steady the finances, and take Bordeaux back to that League 1 title against PSG? And number 2 on the list is arguably the biggest of the lot. We've gone off to Germany and SG Dynamo Dresden. Going back to the 1970s, they had their glory years, competing at the top of the German pyramid. Now they find themselves in the 3 Liga. 2 years ago, Dresden got promoted back to the 2nd Liga, and their rebuild looked to be on. But sadly, last season, they got relegated back to the 3rd division, and now they find themselves in quite a healthy situation with 32,000 capacity seats, some of the most hardcore fans that you will find in the entirety of Europe and world football. You could have a very good time at Dynamo Dresden. With £52 million in the bank, we take a look on the pitch. They've got some very good players indeed at this level. Kevin Ehrlas at the back is potentially a wonder kid, 6'2" centre back. He could easily come to the Bundesliga with you. And there's another kid, Batista Meyer, behind the strikers, a tricky player, free kicker 16, flare 16. Again, another player you could take to the promised land of the Bundesliga. So give Dynamo Dresden a go. I'm sure you will have fun. Now let's move on to number one. This is a good one. And at number one, we are off to Italy. We had to go to Italy for one club. Not only my favourite club at the moment in Italy, but my favourite pun. Genoa? No, I don't. You will start off in Serie B with a very interesting challenge in front of you. Genoa are the oldest club in Italy. Pride of place in the Club of Pioneers. If you don't know that, they are the oldest group of clubs in world football and are the only Italian club on there. In their history, Genoa have won the Serie A title 9 times. Now, that may not seem like much of a fact, but in Italy, if you win the Serie A title 10 times, you get a wonderful star above your badge. So your challenge, and it will be my challenge as well at the start of Football Manager, is to get that star on top of that badge. Can you get to Serie A and win the title? To get there, you're going to have your challenges. Finances are in the mud. We've got a bit of loan debt to pay off there. And our rivals, Sampdoria, our fierce rivals, I should add, are doing quite well in Serie A. On the pitch, we've got some big earners that we need to manage. You look at the top ones here. Caicedo, Sirigu, Maximovic. There are a lot of earners earning far too much for the league they're in. So your rebuild will start there. Clear the wage budget and start bringing the youth in. There's not a great deal of talent here, but there are 1 or 2 boys that could quite easily do well in the Premier League. And the main one of those is Kelvin Yeboah. He is only 21 years old. Pace to burn. He will get you goals in this division to hopefully get you back up to Serie A. We only need to go back to 2021 for the new owners of Genoa to take over the club, and they have got expectations grandeur. They want us to win the league this season, going up as champions, and then establishing themselves as a top half Serie A club next season. A challenge, if ever I've seen one. And when you consider that Genoa are literally a cricket football club, the only club in world football with their amazing stadium in the centre of Genoa, surrounded by concrete, can you take them back to their glory days? And more importantly, get that star on top of the badge. So 5 brilliant clubs there. I have fallen in love with a lot of those. And if you are going to try this challenge out, make sure you watch this video from Leo. It will help you set up the training schedules to get some success. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.